Shake it out, find mountain pose. We're going to be grounding through the feet as usual, finding all four corners of the feet, lifting the toes, spread them out, bring them down so the feet are nice and big. Good contact with the earth. And we inhale. Okay, I know to you I look like the room is tilted. I can see that. Forgive that. I tried to adjust it and I made it worse. All right, so let's inhale and exhale here. All right, we want to use this time as the moon is in waning crescent phase to release. So let's use our breath to help with that. Inhale, draw your hands to your heart. Exhale here. Now inhale, draw your fingertips up toward the sky, turn your palms out, and as you exhale, think about releasing anything that does not serve you right now. It could be a thought, it could be a thing, just release. Then inhale your hands back to center, inhaling the fingertips up, and releasing as you exhale, palms out. And just go through that 2 more times, really focusing on the release. All right. So when we release, we make space for new and great things to come into our lives. So turn your palms out and let's think about something you want to invite in. Inhale, float your arms up. Draw that in towards you. Press it in between your palms and bring it to your heart. Hands down by your side. Inhale what you want to bring into your life. Press your palms together and settle it in your heart. And do that 2 more times. And when you're done with that, take your feet slightly wider than hip width distance and let the knees and hips move. We're getting ready for our spinal series here. We'll start with cats and cows. So with the feet slightly wider than hip width distance, the knees and hips are soft. Let's take the elbows out from the shoulders, round forward. Here we go, capturing. Round forward into cat and then open up and back, release. And come forward, cat, open, cow. And just keep going. Gathering and releasing. And the next time you're rounded forward with your forearms heading toward each other, press your palms together, press through the fingertips, inhale up to the sky, and step back to mountain pose. All right, let's wake up the side body here. So with the heels mat width distance apart, okay, the feet are mat width distance apart, the heels are more toward the edge of the mat. Okay, the toes are turned out. And we're taking the knees right over the toes as we go down and up. Down and up. Good. Now, with straight legs, we take the right arm up and then bend the elbow and the knee. Bring it down. Straighten the legs, arm up. Reach. Down and up. Of course, we're keeping the shoulder away from the ear. We're taking the ribs away from the hip. Last time here, and bring that arm down. Left side, start long, bend, up, bend, reach, open the side, bend, reach. Last time, reach, and release. All right, now we're going to take it over to the side. So we'll start straight, long arm up, elbow toward the knee, and tilt left. Come back, elbow toward the knee, tilt left. Take it to the right, shoulders stacked, and left. Take it right, shoulders stacked. Stay left here, legs straight. Float your left arm up, press those left fingertips away, and take your right shoulder back. Shine your heart up to the sky, come forward. Take it up, right hand down, everything straight. Elbow, knee, bend, and tilt right. To the left, tilt right. To the left, tilt right. To the left, tilt right. Stay here, float your right arm up, press those right fingertips away. Left shoulder, heads back, heart up to the sky. Come center, inhale, and just take it down and let everything go. So a nice little releasing ragdoll here. Just release. Let your head participate. You're nodding yes and no. And bringing your head to yes, back to stillness. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll up. And we're going to leave the legs where they are, bending at the knees here, working on our twist. So the hands are facing, palms of the hands are facing the mat here. Now, sometimes when we twist, we take the hips with us. Tonight, we're going to be twisting from the torso. The hips are going to stay forward. So you're not going to twist this far, right? Elbows are out, inhale. Ribs away from the hips and twist to the right and center. Ribs away from the hips, twist to the left and center. The legs are just staying in this plie position. Lift, ribs away from hips, twist right and center. Lift, twist, left. And center, adding on here. Lift, twist, extend the arms, hands back and center. Lift, twist, extend the arms, hands back and center. Lift, twist, right, extend, center as you come forward. Lift, twist, left, extend, center as you come forward. One last time, lift, twist right, extend the arms, find your right fingertips. Now, as you exhale, find your left fingertips. Turn your gaze back to the right and come center. Lift, twist left, extend, stay here, gaze towards your left. Exhale, gaze right. Exhale, gaze back left, center. Let's lift up, inhale, and step the legs together, shake them out. All right, inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to have our hip elevation device nearby, okay? And make our way down. So come to the top of your mat. Find your mountain pose. See if you can feel your breath moving. How are things starting to feel for you? You're a little more warmed up now. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Bring it down and step back to downward facing dog. So we'll lengthen the spine in dog, bend the knees, lengthen the tailbone back. So we're sending the tailbone to where the wall and the ceiling meet. And then, without worrying about straightening the legs, we just go ahead and unfold those legs as much or as little as we can. keeping the spinal length that we just created. Yeah, now let's go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Warm up those feet. Press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. And then come to seated mountain pose. So here we are in seated mountain pose, finding ourselves even on our sit bones with the spine nice and long. Okay, and we'll take advantage of being closer to the earth now and feed our intention, our desire that you were thinking about earlier. So with your palms face up and your spine long, exhale. And then as you inhale, we're reaching up through the spine, still not about the shoulders going to the ears. Reach up, reach up. Inhale, energy. Press your palms together and bring that desire to your heart. We'll do that one more time. No more chatter now. We'll take it up. Connect. Settle into your heart. All right, let's shake it out. So we're going to be doing, for our core work, we're going to be doing toe taps and heel taps. We're going to start without the hips elevated, then you can try it with the hips elevated, and you decide which method, which format is better for you tonight. So let's take it down. All right. So we're going to take both knees up and keeping the leg at a 45-degree angle, pointing the toes, right toes down and up. We're going straight forward, aren't we here? Left toes down and up. Let's do right again. Down and up and left down and up, and hug your knees in. Raise one leg if that two-knee lifted thing didn't work for you and you want me to show you a different way to do it. Everybody okay? Because you could do it with one foot down instead. All right, let's work on the heel tap now. So we're back, two knees to tabletop. Now we went straight down and up with our toe tap, but for the heel, we're going to extend the right leg, tap the heel down, and bring the knee back in. Extend the left leg, heel taps down and come in. Right again, tap down and in. Left again, tap down and in. And hug it in, give your spine a little massage. All right, raise one leg if you're already starting to feel that in your core. Yeah, so it's a perfect move even with the hips on the mat. Now, if you want to, try it with your hips elevated. Get your hip elevation device. If it's a block, it's on its lowest edge. Okay. All right. If you already know from past experience, because you've had a lot of experience that you don't want to elevate your hips, then you don't even have to try it. Let's take two knees up. Point the toes. Right toes down and up. See how that leg is staying at a right angle? Left toes down and up. We're going to do the heel tap now. Flex the feet. Right leg heel tap and in. Left leg heel tap and in. Okay, so we're going to alternate and we'll be doing 4 on each side. If you're coming, if you need to make an adjustment, take your hip elevation device away. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so find your position, hips down or hips elevated. Here we go. We're going pointing the toes, right toe tap down and up, left, down and up, right, down and up. Still on toe taps, left and up and again, tap and up, left, tap and up. Here's the last right toe tap, and up, and left toe tap, and up. Moving to heel taps, flex the feet. Right heel tap, and in, left heel tap, and in, right heel, and in, left heel, and in, right, and in, and left, and in, and one more right, and in, and left, and in. All right, now, if you're up on something, you're just going to bring your knees a little bit towards you. If you're on the floor, hug your knees in. Everybody's hugging their knees in, but we just need to be a little more careful if the hips are lifted. All right, let's go ahead and bring the feet down, lift the hips, and put the spine back on the mat. Put your hip elevation device off to the side. And we're going to try doubles from the floor here. So both knees up, okay, toes are pointed, all 10 toes, down and up. Anybody else feeling that? Let's do that again, down and up. Now double heel tap, yikes, and in, double heel tap, and in. Bring your feet down and butterfly your legs. Inhale and exhale. If you want to try that with your hips elevated, go ahead, take your hips up, 2 knees up, pointing, double toes down and up and down and up. If double isn't working for you in any way, just go back to alternating. Down and up and down and up. Of course, you could come off your block or pillow if you prefer, or blanket. All right, heel taps, just 4 and we'll be done. 1 and in, double heel, and in, double heel, and in, last one, double heel, and in. Bring your feet down. If your hips are lifted, slide whatever's under them out, put it off to the side, and let your spine be in neutral just for a little rest here. And then let your knees gently butterfly. Inhale and exhale. All right, so from here we're going to do some hip opening. We've been taking the hips forward, now we'll take them in. All right, so extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. Exhale, take just your right knee in. If that left knee wants to bend, let it. Inhale, right leg long, 2 arms overhead. Exhale, both knees in. This counter poses the spine too, right? Inhale, both legs long, both knees in. Now put your hands behind your knees here. Put space in between your legs and go ahead and give your spine a little massage here. Come back to center. Extend both arms and both legs. Right knee in. Extend. Left knee in. Extend. Both knees in. One more round through. Extend arms and legs. Right knee in. Extend. Left knee in. Extend. Both knees in. Hug it in. Inhale and exhale. Put your hands under your knees, so on your thighs. Put some space in between your legs and give your spine a little massage here. Inhale and exhale. All right, bring your feet down and gently butterfly. And we're going to come to hands and knees. All right, so from here, we'll take it to a knee down plank so we can do plank, push up, hips toward heels. So knee down plank, remember you can always transition to knee up plank. We're aiming for the elbows to go back rather than out. So turn your elbow creases forward, okay? Push up, hips toward heels. And keep going, whether you do knee up or knee down plank, going at your own pace, really working those arms. We're working the triceps when the elbows go back like this. It's the same position we have when we go through chaturanga. And then the next time your hips are heading back to your heels after your next push-up, find child's pose. Make sure your forehead is connected to the earth or resting on your hands. Might even be resting on your block or the pillow that you were just using. Just be comfortable in your child's pose. And then find your way to downward facing dog. Stay aware of all the transitions you go through to get to downward facing dog here. And start taking a mindful journey of your choosing to get your feet to your hands. And when you get there, bring your forearms to your thighs with the knees and hips bent. Bring your hands to your heart. Press through the feet as you inhale, taking your fingertips up toward the sky. And exhale. Find mountain pose. And shake it out. All right, so we're going to open the heart with it's actually called monkey pose. It's really like crescent lunge with the arms back. So make sure that you have enough padding for your knees because it's a knee down crescent lunge with the arms back, okay? And our goal is to open the heart. So come to the top of your mat. Take a few breaths. We're going to move into sun salutations and we're going to put some arm work at the beginning, right? So just adding on some stuff to the beginning. So let's find mountain pose. Inhale. Upward salute. Float the arms up. We're still taking those ribs away from the hips, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, twist to the right. Take it up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm back, twist open to the left. Take it up, elbows to waist, shine your heart up, standing cobra. Inhale up and fold forward. Remember your forward fold can be any depth that works for you right now. Now keeping your legs straight, find a half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend the knees and hips, bring your fingertips down, step back into lunge with your right leg. Left knee over the ankle here. We're going to come into that low crescent monkey pose here. So the right knee is down behind the hip, point your toes, lift arms back, heart shines up toward the sky. Hands down, find a plank. Could be knees up, could be knees down. All right, so a little reminder here. If your knees are up, roll to the very tops of your toes and then chaturanga. Okay, so now we're down on the mat and we're going to make a pillow with the hands. Take the right hand over the left. Take your forehead to your hands. Your toes are pointed behind you. The spine is doing all the work here, not the arms. Keep your forehead attached to your hands, but use your spine to lift up lift, and release. Now put your left hand on top of your right, forehead rests on the hands. The spine is busy here working to lift you up and release. All right, a downward facing dog. Find your way, lengthen through the spine, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're thinking about lengthening through the spine here more than we're thinking about straightening the legs. We take the tailbone to the space where the ceiling and wall meet, long spine, and however the legs wind up is great. Long spine here. Okay, now we feel 4 points of contact, nice and even. We float the right leg up and take a big step forward with the right foot, bringing the left knee down, arranging for a low crescent lunge, arms back. Release your hands, tuck your back toes, lift that knee, engage all of your muscles, super strong. One big step takes you forward. Yeah, half lift, forward fold, press through the feet, float the arms out and up, palms touch, hands come heart center. Here we go, other side. Inhale, fingertips up. As you exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, twist open to the left, long arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist open to the right, long arms. Inhale, arms up, standing cobra. Inhale, swan dive. Half lift. Hands down, lunge back left. Knee down, monkey pose, arms back, shine your heart up. Hands down, plank. Nice strong chaturanga. Okay, we're going to go back to that pillow. Right hand on top, forehead is resting. We're adding on. Toes are pointed behind. Lift. Now extend the arms out. As you bring them back, left hand is on top of right, forehead back to that pillow. So your forehead's resting on your left hand now. Lift, arms out. Yeah. Bring it back, right hand is on top, forehead down. Lift, extend the arms out. Bring it back, left hand is on top, forehead down. And lift, this is our last one, arms out, lift. And bring it back. Make a pillow with your hands. Your forehead rests on your hands, bend your knees, and let your hips and your legs move side to side. That was a lot of back bending, so we're just releasing the spine here. All right, if you want to go table to down dog, feel free to do that. Otherwise, let's try a little lift together. So hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. We're going to press halfway up. You can either bring your knees up or keep them down. Press halfway up. The elbows are still bent. Now press the rest of the way up and press back. So it's a little power lift into a downward facing dog. Did that make sense? Raise one leg if that made sense. Okay, good. Now raise your other leg if that made sense. All right, bring it down. Who wants to raise both legs if that made sense? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take the left leg back up. Step forward. We have one more monkey pose left. Left foot forward, right knee down. Arms back, shine the heart up. Hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, engage. One big step takes you forward, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. And shake it out. So one of the poses I might have mentioned in my email about this time period and the moon phase is the Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Okay, we're going to start preparing our inner thighs for that. So, and we'll also add some arm action. So the arms are this, elbows out to the side, and we take the forearms toward each other and open. Toward each other and open. That'll be our arm action. Now put your hands on your hips. Here's our leg action. And you may want to turn sideways on your mat, so you can still be on your mat. When you take a big step out to the right, you start to feel this adductor here, right? Nice extension in the adductor. Come back to center. Step left, bend the left knee, adductor stretch on the right. And bring it in. That's the legs, okay? So we're going to take the elbows out, arms forward, open to the right, open the elbows, adductor stretch on the left. Bring it center. Take to the left, adductor stretch on the right, and bring it center. All good to keep going? Here we go. To the right, and in, to the left, and in, to the right, and in, to the left, and in. Now we're going to take it to the right, bring the hands to the hips, and start to turn those left toes up. Bring the left foot back down, step together, and step out to the left. Turn the right toes up. So we're just increasing that stretch a little bit. Bring the foot down, step together, and shake it out. All right, so we started opening those inner thighs, and we're going to continue working on those when we get down, right? So let's go ahead and do a little, we'll do a little moon salutation. Okay, because you've been working really hard so far and we want this to be soft and flowy. We'll be coming into triangle, so you're going to need space to be wide, right? All right, starting with the feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, float your arms up and daisy. And daisy. Think soft here, daisy. And daisy. Now step open to 5-pointed star, toes are out. Bend the knees, elbows to waist, moonflower. Take it back to 5-pointed star. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. Arms out from the shoulders, and we reach and release. Reach and release. Getting ready for triangle. Now reach, 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 right hand down with the palm facing out. Left arm up or left hand on your hip. Turn your gaze toward your toes on the right foot. Turn your gaze toward the center of your space. Find your left hand. Put a bend in your right knee, little bend here. Bring your left hand around and fold over your right leg. We're in pyramid pose here. Notice where you feel this. And then float your way back up into triangle. And come on up. Turning the toes out, 5-pointed star. Moonflower, spring together, and daisy. And daisy. We're going to go straight for it to the left because you all are familiar with this. Take it open, 5-pointed star. Moonflower, 5-pointed star. Left toes to the left, arms out, getting ready for triangle. We reach and release. Reach and release. Reach and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Let the left hand come down. The palm is facing out. Your right arm is up, or your right hand could be on your hip. Take your gaze towards your left toes, toward the center of your space. Find your right fingertips and bend the left knee. Bring the right hand around for pyramid pose. Fold over your left leg. Float back up into triangle. Stand up, toes out, 5-pointed star, moonflower, spring together, and daisy, sway, and release, shake it out. All right. Okay, let's come to the, we're going to be working our way back down because we'll be spending extra time tonight on Janushirshasana, right, to open up those inner thighs, and we'll be spending some extra time in our back bending. So go ahead and start to scan your body from head to toe while we're still standing and see what things are calling to you to move around a little more. Just taking your time with this. All right, and now go ahead and as you come back up to standing, get your hip elevation device nearby, whatever you're using. Okay. Look around your space, see if there's anything else you want. Do you want something to cover up when we get to final relaxation? Is there anything else you feel like having near you? Have all that and come to the top of your mat. Find mountain pose. Think about the feet, starting with the feet now. Remember, we started by squaring off the feet. We started class that way, right? With the toes spread out. So the feet are super grounded now. Energy is coming up through the feet. We're lining everything up. The heart is open, shining bright. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Let's all do a vinyasa tonight, shall we? Why, yes, we shall. Bring your hands down and step back to a plank. Knees up or down, chaturanga. Nice cobra here, shine your heart forward. Find your way to downward facing dog. All right, and now in this dog, we're going to bring our big toes together, take the knees to one side, hips to the other, and switch. Come back to center. Bring your knees down, sit off to the side, and find seated mountain pose. The spine nice and long. We're going to be moving into Janushirshasana. Okay, so go ahead and take your right foot, the sole of your foot, will either come to your left thigh, or if that's not good for you, have your foot by your left calf. Okay? This is harder on the knee, right? You might be happier with your foot by your calf. Either way, turn and face towards your left leg. Inhale, float the arms up, lengthening the ribs away from the hips, folding from the hip creases. Reach, reach, reach. Keep the spine long. Now cross at the wrists and hold on to your left leg somewhere. It could be your foot. It could be by your shin. You might be higher. Just hold on. The wrists are crossed here. Take your gaze past your toes as you breathe. And then lift the arms up and bring them down. Okay, so this is kind of like a half Baddha Konasana. That's what we're aiming for here, that sensation. All right, now we're going to take that right leg up, put a hand with distance in between your right foot and your left leg. Okay, that left leg is still strong, grounded, toes pointing up. Right foot could be by the thigh or the calf, left thigh or left calf. Take your left hand, put it outside your right leg. Inhale, float the right arm up and back. Lengthen through the spine and twist from the ribs. We're not yanking ourselves to the side with the left hand. We're twisting from the ribs. Inhale, lengthen, and see if you can go a little deeper, still without yanking, and turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. Now release and unwind. We're going to change the position of the foot now to get a little more hip action going. So take your right foot outside of your left leg. This time we will use maybe the left hand a little more. You'll decide if you want to do that. Lengthen your spine. Inhale the right arm again, up and back, long spine, and twist toward the right. Lengthen, twist a little more. Maybe at this point, your left elbow is going to come outside the right knee. Maybe it's not. Maybe you stay right here. Either way is fine. We're getting a little stretch in that outer right hip here too. And release and shake it out. All right, let's go ahead, John. You left foot to the right thigh or calf. The right leg is long and strong. Toes are facing up, knees are facing up. Face your right leg, arms long. Fold forward from the hip creases. We're lengthening the spine, cross the wrists, and hold on somewhere. Keep your gaze past your toes. Now release, bring the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, left knee up, left foot is one hand with distance away from the right thigh or maybe even the right calf. Right hand to the outside of the left leg, sit up nice and tall, inhale, left arm back, long spine. The work is coming from the torso to make this twist. Inhale and maybe twist a little deeper as you turn your gaze toward your left shoulder. And release. Now take your left foot outside the right leg. Right hand is back onto the left leg. Left arm is up and back again. Lengthen, twist. And perhaps the right elbow comes outside the left leg. Maybe the right hand stays right where it is. You do you, right? Gazing towards your left shoulder. And release, extend, shake out those legs. All right, let's go for a little Baddha Konasana here. So go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together. The heels start far away from the pelvis, and then you see where your comfort level is, bringing the heels closer to the pelvis. Okay, where does it work for you? Hands on the shins here. Okay, we're not holding the toes, we're not holding the ankles, too sensitive here. So shins, inhale and exhale, fold from the hip creases with a long spine, and then bring your hands down and gaze out past your toes. Just keep inhaling and exhaling, and if you find any more space, you can walk your hands forward. You don't have to. Just breathe. and bring it up. One hand under each knee, bring the legs up, okay? So we're going to be going back into that, but first we're going to put the feet hip-width distance apart, put the arms outside the legs, okay? Press into the legs with your arms as you press into the arms with the legs. Feel that resistance, resist, resist, resist. Woo, release. Now let's Baddha Konasana again and see how it feels. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Keeping your spine long, gazing past the toes. And breathe. All right, bring it up. Help your knees up, take your legs long, and give your legs a crazy shake. Okay, so that little resistance trick might have made your second Baddha Konasana a little more deep or a little more comfortable, and it might not have, right? Okay, it's a neural trick, and maybe sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't. So we've got our hip elevation device here. Let's go ahead and roll down. Oh, it feels so good to have the spine just long on the mat here, inhaling and exhaling. So we've been doing supported back bend. So go ahead and lift your hips and put your block. Most of you have blocks. It could be a pillow or a blanket. And be in supported back bend. Now, if you're on a block and you feel like your hips can go even higher, you want to deepen your back bend, go ahead and carefully try putting your block on its second edge. If you did that and that's like, oh, that was a mistake, just come back to your first edge. If your hips are elevated and it's not any amount, and that's not even good, just remove whatever's under them and let your spine rest comfortably on the mat. Okay, so now we are in a supported back bend. Let's think about the feet and the knees. Are your knees kind of hanging out open and you're more on the outer edge of your feet? Ground through the feet. Feel resistance in between your thighs. Your knees are pointing straight up. All right, and now if you're on the second side of your block, turn it back to the first side. We'll let the spine gradually settle back down. Lift your hips and slide that block out from underneath. Oh. Let your spine be in neutral on the mat here. And just breathe. All right, we have done a lot of back bending, so we're going to move into our spinal clearing move. The left foot is grounded, right leg is up. Clasp the hands behind your right thigh. Extend your right leg any amount and press your leg into your hands. Now release. There's that resistance and release again, right? We're using that neural trick again. Let's go ahead and press the leg back into the hands. Resist. And release. All right, bring your right foot down. Left knee in. Hold on to the left thigh. Your hands are clasped. Leg is up any amount. It could be quite bent. It doesn't matter. Just hold on tight. Press into your hands and release. And again, press into your hands and release. Bring the foot down. Now you have 2 feet on the mat. Gently butterfly your knees. All right, we're moving into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Now, if you don't want your legs straight up, you can always drape them over a chair. You can always keep your feet down. You might even put your legs up like this on the bed if you're near a bed, right? You might be like this on a chair, or you might take both legs straight up. Now, if you start to feel like there's just too much blood flowing into my head here, you bring your feet back down. So let's just stay here in Viparita Karani. It's more legs up the wall because Viparita Karani actually does include a hip lift, but we want our spine to just be settled now because we did a lot of back bending already. Inhale and exhale. Now bring your feet down. Take a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take that right knee in, put the hand under the knee, keep your left foot grounded, and let your right leg just come out to the right and back to center. Out to the right and back to center. So just releasing that hip a bit. Now keeping the leg back at center, you can release the leg, release your hand from the leg. Your foot is already up, point and flex. And circle your ankle, one direction and the other. Bring that foot down, bring your left knee in, hold on behind the knee, and take your leg out to the side, out to the left and back to center. Just gently releasing that hip a little more. And come back to center. The foot is elevated, so point and flex. Circle, one direction and the other. All right, foot down. Now your hands open and wiggle into a gentle fist. Give those fingers some work to do here. Do it with your palms facing up and do it with your palms facing down. And then rotate your wrists one direction and the other. Bring your hands down by your side and take your head side to side. And then come back to center and really take some time to explore your body from head to toe. See if there's any final moves that your body wants, maybe something you hoped we do that we didn't get to. Okay, just take your time here. Make sure everything is feeling right. And start to find your final relaxation position, being very mindful of the spine, right? We've been back bending a lot, so make sure that your spine is relaxed here. If you can do that with your legs straight, that's fine. If it's better to have your knees bent tonight, that's fine. If you want to do that, putting your legs up on the bed or a chair, that's fine too. Find a position where you can be for final relaxation. Now inhale through the nose and really exhale, let everything go as you just let your body melt into the support of the earth as you move into final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. And on your inhale, extend long. Exhaling, draw in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And back to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.